Crasher, we'll spend a little bit of time talking IndyCar right about now. David Malukas surfaced at Road America recently.
Oh, yes. And that was with great news. Of course, we saw him do some amazing social media stuff throughout the month of May. Just epic, David Malukas. He was, of course, also a part of the Arrow McLaren team, signed to a multi-year deal before, unfortunately, just a couple of weeks before the start of the season, he was in a mountain biking accident and he was set to be out 7 weeks. Unfortunately, it did go longer. So, yeah, Malukas was out of a ride come the month of May. We thought, and we had talked with other people, that no, there's no seats available for David Malukas unless he were to want to return to his former team, or he gets an invite to go back to his other team. But guess what? That didn't need to happen. Come Road America, which was the race IndyCar was at last weekend, he gets signed to fill the seat once owned by Tom Blomqvist for Meyer Shank Racing. So, as David Malukas has alluded to with us, he's worked with one Brazilian team coach, and now he's going to work with another Brazilian team coach. That would be Helio Castroneves, 4-time Indy 500 winner. So yeah, David Malukas has a ride set to go off starting next weekend, this coming up weekend, with IndyCar and Meyer Shank Racing.
And the series is better, Crasher, is better when David Malukas is in a car, right?
His personality is just awesome. He needs a good car underneath him. And we were so excited to see that with Arrow McLaren. Unfortunately, that never materialized because of his injury. But yeah, now he has that shot again. So this will be fun to watch.
When he came in the Freak Nation the first time, just a second. When he came in the Freak Nation the first time, we were just hoping that he would get a decent
good
ride.
Yeah.
So we could put him more out front of folks. And he's got that sense of humor that not a whole lot of drivers have, not a lot of people have. But again, having a dude like that running a race car and back in a race car, it's good to have him. His name is David Malukas. In the seat full time now through the end of the season. We'll see him next at
Laguna Seca.
It's amazing. We started off, obviously, with the whole deal last year being on a big high for me, and then, obviously, this whole injury happened and brought everything on the probably the biggest low I've had of my life so far, and now we're back up on the high. And, it was a tough few months, but we kept on it, and I knew opportunities would come along, and we kept pushing and making sure that this hand was ready to go, and obviously things played out. We got the call, and now we're here. I was praying for it. Obviously, the biggest thing, of course, in a recovery, there's so much we can do, but the best thing you can do is just getting back in the car and being there, keeping the racecraft up, and that was one of the things that is a big worry is, although I'll be able to come back and be ready for next year, missing a whole year from everybody else, they're going to start, getting that pull and that gap. So it's pretty lucky the way things shaped out, and only losing a few months and a few races overall, for us, we didn't really lose that much. So it's going to be good to get back in a car. Coming into MSR here, obviously the opportunity has been amazing, but so far everybody has been so friendly to me and treating me like family immediately. I mean, it's been a few days, and even the first day I came in, everybody's treating me very, very well. And it's definitely a good place to be, and I'm going to be very excited. I think it's going to be a good environment for me to perform. And yeah, we're going to work well with the team. I'm just really excited to get into it. Honestly, the pressure's pretty low on me right now. I don't really have too much pressure. I'm very confident in the performance that we can give. Obviously, the hand's going to be the only limiting factor. And other than that, from the team side, the car's very good. The engineers are incredible. We get to work with a lot of driver data. And I also have Helio by my side, which obviously now I get both Brazilians. I got TK and now Helio, so I got the Brazilian special there. But no, I'm really excited to get to work with these great people, and I think they'll let me perform at my 110%. Gateway is going to be my track that I'm looking forward to, get some good results there. So yeah, I mean, I'm honestly just looking forward to anything right now. Even in 2 days' time, Milwaukee, brand new to me, going to be close, and another oval.
David Malukas back in the seat, and one thing he said there, well, the hand's going to be limited. These cars are not power steering.
Yeah. These are difficult to drive.
That's
a good point.
You fracture your wrist and the driver says, oh, the only thing that's going to limit me is my hand.
Yeah. Well, before the accident, he did well at St. Louis. When was it? Last year or the year before, Crash? It was last year, wasn't it?
Both years. He got a podium both years.
When he was with Dale Coyne and almost won. So he's a good driver, and it'll be good to see him get this opportunity. People walked away from him, and it'll be good to see him get an opportunity. And IndyCar needs this kind of story, success of somebody coming up through the system, coming back from injury. They need this. They need a good story. They need the spotlight on the series. And maybe David Malukas is the person to give that to him.
He's 22. I didn't realize he was 22.
How badass is that?
Isn't that crazy? Like, just every time he's on the show, he's terrific, and he's truly one of my favorite drivers to root for. And I can't wait to see him back in the car. And every time I hear from him, I think the same thing with this. Like, we have a lot of young drivers in the sport, and we just had Jade Avedizian on too. But like, he's one of the few that, like, every time they're on screen, you just feel their young youth, early 20s, teenage energy, and it's great and it's infectious. And I hope, like you said, coming up at Worldwide Technology Raceway here in August, where he's finished on the podium the last couple of years, like, I hope he does well there, man. It'll be good. Hopefully, when you guys are there in August and he wins the race, it'd be incredible. It would be the greatest thing for IndyCar to happen since sliced bread.
So
Okay.
we
My shot. Call him my shot.
I like your shot. And I think a lot of fans like your shot as well. In this second hour of Speed Freaks tonight, we've had 3 drivers on. The average age of those 3 drivers, under 20. 19. New generation, ladies and gentlemen. We had a 17-year-old, we had an 18-year-old, and David Malukas, 22 years old. Wow.
The Bommarito Automotive Group 500 at Worldwide Technology Raceway is not just a race, it's a spectacle. Friday, August 16th and Saturday, August 17th. The race everyone talks about. The Bommarito Automotive Group 500, only at Worldwide Technology Raceway. Go to www.traceway.com now, because the first deal is the best deal. Brought to you in part by the Illinois Office of Tourism and Discover Downstate Illinois.
At Lucas Oil, we take pride in creating problem-solving products to make your car care easier. We protect your vehicle and make it run longer so you can focus on the things that matter most. Lucas Oil, it works.
Whatever you do, General Tire delivers.
Dragging your knee at 100 miles per hour, doing a double jump with some extreme flair. If you're into two-wheel racing, make a standing date for Tuesday night on MAV TV. Two-Wheel Tuesday will showcase the world's best motorcycle racers on the most challenging tracks. Whether it's the treacherous high-speed ballet of road racing or the handlebar-to-handlebar combat of the dirt arenas, MAV TV has your two-wheel fix every week on Two-Wheel Tuesday.